When I was a child, two experiences helped to shape the person I am today and spawned two passions that have helped to define my entire life. First, when I was 8 years old, I remember all the teachers buzzing with the latest news that a great scientist had just died. That night, the newspapers printed a picture of his office with an unfinished manuscript on his desk. The caption read, "The greatest scientist of our era could not finish his greatest masterpiece."
What, I asked myself, could be so difficult that such a great scientist could not finish it? What could possibly be that complicated and that important? To me, eventually this became more fascinating than any murder mystery, more intriguing than any adventure story. I had to know what was in that unfinished manuscript.
Later, right, I found out that it's the name of this scientist was Einstein, right? Albert Einstein, right? And the unfinished manuscript was to be his crowning achievement, and his attempt to create a theory, right? Get this, a theory of everything, right? An equation, right? Perhaps no more than about an inch wide, right? That would unlock the secrets of the universe, right? And perhaps allow him to read the mind of God. But the other pivotal experience of my childhood was probably when I used to wake up on Saturday morning and watching the old TV shows, especially that Flash Gordon, yeah? The series with Buster Crab. Remember him? Hey, Buster Crab. Every week my nose would be glued to the TV set. I was just magically transported to the mysterious worlds of space aliens and starships and ray gun battles and underwater cities and monsters and that. I was hooked. This was my first exposure to the world of the future. Ever since I felt a childlike wonder when pondering the future.
But after watching every episode of the series, I began to realize that although Flash got all the accolades, it was the scientist, Dr. Zarkov, who actually made the series work. He invented the rocket ship, the invisibility shield, the power source for the city in the sky, etc. Without the scientist, there is no future. The handsome and the beautiful may earn the admiration of society, but all the wondrous inventions of the future are byproducts of the unsung, anonymous scientists.
So later, when I was in high school, I had decided to follow in the footsteps of these great scientists, and put my learning to the test. And I wanted to be part of this great revolution that I knew it was going to change the world. I just knew it. And I decided to be part of. I decided to build an atom smasher, right? And I asked my mother for permission. I was like, "Ma, can I build like a 2.3 million electron volt particle accelerator in the garage?" She was like, "What? You want to build a particle accelerator in the garage?" I was like, "Yeah, Ma, it's for school. Don't worry about it." I'm 16 years old, but I was going to build a fucking particle accelerator in the garage. "What? You want to build a well, fuck, your father's not around no more, so do your thing. Knock yourself out. You build your accelerator. Go on." I was like, okay. So she was a bit startled, but she gave me the okay. And then I went to the Westinghouse and Westinghouse and Varian Associates, right? I got 400 pounds of transformer steel, 22 miles of copper wire, and assembled a fucking Betatron accelerator in my mother's fucking garage. I mean, I couldn't fucking believe it. She said yes. I mean, God.
Previously, had built a cloud chamber with a powerful magnetic field and photograph tracks of antimatter. But photographing antimatter was not enough. My goal was to produce a beam of antimatter. The Atom Smasher's magnetic coils successfully produced 10,000 Gauss magnetic field, about 20,000 times that of Earth's magnetic field, which would, in principle, be enough to rip a hammer right out of your hand.
two passions that have intrigued my entire life: the desire to understand all the physical laws of the universe in a single coherent theory, and the desire to see the future. Eventually, I realized that these two passions were actually complementary. The key to understanding the future is to grasp the fundamental laws of nature and then apply them with the inventions, machines, and therapies that will redefine our civilization far into the future.
However, they were mainly written by historians, sociologists, science fiction writers, and futurists. That is, outsiders, who are predicting the world of science without first-hand knowledge of the science itself.
The scientists, the insiders who are actually creating the future in the laboratories are too busy making breakthroughs to have time to write books about the future for the public. Yes, no.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's impossible to predict the future with complete accuracy. I mean, the best one can do, I feel, is to tap into the minds of the scientists at the cutting edge of research. You know, the ones that are doing all the, like, Yo Man's work of inventing the future. You know, they're the ones that are creating the devices and the inventions and the therapies that will revolutionise, you know, civilization and that. And, you know, just, you know, this book is their story. That's all I've got to say.